Welcome to Talk by the Motor Guild, number 4. And today I am actually joined by a fellow German, Jan.
Indeed. Guten
So I
Tag.
have no problem pronouncing that name. Jan,
Yes.
an amazing career you had. 20 years, Skoda in Germany, Volkswagen in China. I have to look at it because I can't remember it all. Chrysler across Asia Pacific. And then in the recent years, you've actually been very successful in the region. You've run some of the biggest
Yeah.
dealerships, importers in Saudi Arabia. And more recently, you have proven your skills here in the UAE and in Dubai, namely, quite successfully. And now you're with Audi.
Exactly.
Great pleasure to have you on board here today.
Likewise. Thanks to you. Thanks to your audience for having me. I'm excited to share some of my views and experiences.
Well, let's go right into it. It's an
Please.
interesting time, right?
Yeah.
The market is changing, and you, with your experience, right? You've learned so many things that most people in this industry probably have worked in 1 or 2 countries. You've worked in 9,
I've lived in 9. I worked in like 2 less, I guess.
right?
But
Okay.
still, I've seen a bit.
So,
Yeah.
if you look at your businesses today and the GCC in general, what actually are the learnings that you've taken on in your world journey that nobody else has, and that you would say people should actually make use of every day?
So, yeah, I've been around a bit. I've worked with many cultures, people, and I've ended up in Dubai, which is probably the number 1 melting pot in the world. We often say New York, etc., but this is the number 1 with more than 90% of people not being local, with most of the people not even speaking or understanding Arabic. This is a really, really special place. And I've learned in my journey to probably adjust to people, adjust to circumstances. And this is what you have to do if you work in a city like Dubai. Not just with the customers you have, but also with your staff and your peers in the company, amongst suppliers, partners. You need a certain level of flexibility, and you need to be able to adjust to the different cultural background, but also to the different personality of people. If you go somewhere the hard way, which would probably be the typical German way, yeah, I know how it works, and we'll do it like that, you will fail, and I've seen that a lot. You need to have a certain level of pragmatism here, a certain level of flexibility, but always combined with a strictness, which is a daily walk on the edge. Like, how long of a leash do I leave my staff, for example? Some need more leash, others probably less. And it's a daily decision you have to take, maybe a constant decision you have to take with all these different people you work with. And I guess my journey have prepared me for that.
That's pretty spot on. Having been 3 years in the market, I can only credit you. It's great to hear your way of doing it and how you handle it. It's really interesting to see that you spotted that and you've made that your trademark.
Yeah, and I've learned probably. I mean, if you ask me for like 4 or 5 points that would make you successful here, I think it is this strictness and a lot of attention for detail, especially in the emerging markets. I've seen that if you don't watch out for the details, nobody will. And people will always adjust to your style. I see a lot of people making lots of plans, and then everything is kind of not happening in the end. You need to constantly follow up, and then you'll be successful in the market.
So your Germanness in the end helps you.
You need a certain level of Germanness, probably, but as little as possible, I would say. As much as necessary, and as little as possible to still stay sympathetic and flexible enough.
Got you. Well, let's change topic then. Jan, you've actually been quoted that you compare your businesses to 5-star hotels rather than other dealerships, actually, which I find that quite a refreshing approach, to be honest. You know, normally in our industry, we benchmark against other dealers. Tell us a little bit about like how you live this, actually, this benchmarking against a 5-star hotel. What are the concrete things that you do in your day-to-day life?
So my previous jobs on OEM level brought me all over the world for different car brands, and I've done my mystery shops, I've done my dealer visits on a 3-digit level, hundreds. Yeah, the number of visits that really excited me, I can count with 2 hands probably. It's really sad to often watch with what low level of quality our industry often settles. Yeah, so I made it my personal benchmark and the benchmark for the organizations I'm leading to not look at other dealers. This is the worst you can do because this benchmark is not very high. You visit a 5-star hotel, spending, let's say, 1,000 AED for a weekend, and you feel treated like a king. You go to a car dealership where you want to spend 500,000 AED, maybe the second largest invest of your life after a house, or even the largest one if you live on rent, and you're not equally treated like in a 5-star hotel. And this is a bit of a cancer in our industry, I would like to say. So I focus a lot on hiring the right people, installing the right processes to just close the gap. I fear in our industry we will never be able to fully close it, but I want to get as close as possible to a 5-star hotel experience. The right people with the right attitude, and that's what makes it difficult, because in the end you want to hire people that can also close deals, right? And that have an understanding for the product, which is a variety that you rarely find here in the market.
So if you have the choice between the product and the behavior,
yes,
which one do you choose?
I do need a certain understanding for the product. Somebody working in my sales teams doesn't need to be a true car guy or girl. Yeah, you can train the technical specifics, but there needs to be an understanding and at least a light passion for the product. Otherwise, it's a bit tricky. But most important is the personality.
So
definitely.
So it's more of a 60-40 then.
You need to be a people's person. You can be the biggest car guy if you think you're on a fish market and you put customers under pressure and you're not selling quality. You're not the right person for my organization.
Thank you very much for sharing these insights, Jan. Very, very insightful. So you've just, with Al Nabuda, launched what Audi calls a world standard showroom, right? You're the benchmark for Audi now in the world, actually. And this is quite interesting in a time where we all read these stats about, well, the customers, 80% shop online, 80% of the decision process happens online. So tell us a little bit about why this investment into this opulent, amazing, to be honest, I've been there and I love your showroom, right? Why do you think, what justifies it in your opinion?
I'd like to challenge these 80%. Yes, people do their research, but they are not, many of them are not decided right before they come. If you look at conversion ratios, I've seen a few organizations, most of them inquiries to sales, good organizations, maybe 5 to 7% conversion leads, 10 to 15%, people who visit the showroom, 35 to 50% conversion. There's a lot of room that you as a dealer can still influence the purchase decision of customers. A lot you can make right there, but also a lot you can make wrong. So considering the magnitude, the number of cars we are selling, you better tick all the boxes to have a safe and sound foundation that people think, oh, wow, I'll go for an Audi. Because they do visit the other showrooms as well. It's a very small fraction of customers who come only for an Audi and will only buy the Audi. Most shopping lists have like 3, 4, 5 brands. You don't want to fall behind others. Now with our new showroom, we probably have a little bit of an edge versus competition. But that's just a small puzzle piece, I would say, a small mosaic piece to really convert the customer towards an Audi. A lot has to be done there, and you have a lot of chances when you get customers into the showroom. I'm not a fan of pure online processes because then your influence is relatively limited as a dealer. But having the customers in the showroom, seeing, wow, that's a fantastic atmosphere. Look at these shiny cars, well taken care of. look how well the sales executive treats me. In the end, you might sign.
Right. Jan, so that's actually quite interesting. So you're coming from a personal, premium, and human approach, right? Everybody nowadays talks about AI, right? And the world is offering a myriad of tools now for dealerships.
Yeah.
And without giving away what you're doing today, but in your opinion, where do you think AI is going to make the biggest change for your business in the coming years?
There will be big impact, no doubt. I think on CRM level, it'll be most important for us. And we are currently in the process of implementing Salesforce with all its AI capabilities.
There is other CRM systems in the world. Just
there are
so
others as
we
well.
are not making promotions here.
Okay, I'll take it back. No, we identified it as the right product for us. And AI will help us a lot. For me, important is to minimize the leakage in the funnel. And I've seen it in all the organizations. You know, you have thousands of people inquiring for your products, and a fraction of those are in the end buying your products. I am so sure with the right tools, you will not lose one or the other, maybe in the hundreds. So I'm really looking forward of what AI can do for us here. Not so much the ability of directly interacting with the customer. I'm more a fan of the human approach there. A very initial contact, okay, for me, but then I like to drive the customer as fast as possible into the showroom. That's where you can make the difference. I need a good AI tool that will prompt every manager in the organization the level of how customers are followed up. This is, for me, a very important topic, because often dealers are good until a certain status where the customer says, yeah, I'm interested. And then all of a sudden, life happens and the customer is forgotten. I've seen it too often, even in my organizations. Yeah, we are not perfect. And a good AI tool will help us minimize these leakages.
Right. Let's play devil's advocate for a second.
Please.
Your AI tool is now implemented, and
not yet, but on the way.
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Right. And now it's actually tripping one of your salespeople out, and it's basically highlighting to you now, because everything will be transparent, right?
Yeah.
How many calls that person hasn't made. What's gonna happen, Jan, in your world?
A conversation will happen first, for sure. Everybody has their strengths, but also weaknesses. Yeah, everybody, including myself. If AI or whichever tool prompts me one of the weaknesses, I'll try to eliminate it and improve. First with a conversation. And if that doesn't show effect, then probably with harsher measures. But I believe everybody can learn. And AI will help us to learn and identify where do I have my shortcomings.
Yeah, I've heard, and because I'm asking the question because I've heard about organizations that are actually now putting in place tools where basically if the salesman doesn't pick up the lead within 2 hours, an AI will go and do the call. Would you allow that in your organization?
I need to hear that call first, to be frank. I've seen it with emails, and that works quite well. But a real conversation, I haven't seen yet. I assume it works well now, and it'll work better and better. Yeah, we see these amazing improvements of AI by the week, almost. Yeah, I think we will soon be at a state where this even is feasible. As of now, I still believe in the people, but I also know people's shortcomings, and I believe in the future of AI. So I don't want to categorically say no. Show me such a call, let me challenge it, and then we decide, does it make sense or not?
We're all going to see it, I guess. I've personally experienced one of these calls myself, and I was quite surprised, I got to be honest, about the quality and the closing of it. You can still hear the technology, but it's getting there, right?
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask that last question, Jan,
Please.
if you allow me.
Yes.
And I know we're running out of time, but I've just recently seen a video from China where the first Unitree robot was actually changing a wheel on a car. And they were talking about that they're actually now going to start training those robots on selling cars. I want to hear your opinion about that. And it's only an opinion.
I throw the curveball back to you.
Okay.
I know you're a vehicle customer as well. Sometimes you take right decisions, sometimes wrong ones in the brand you're driving yourself. How would you see it as a customer if you're sitting with a robot and at the neighboring desk there's a friendly human sales executive? Whom would you choose?
That's a really good question. I don't think I want to answer it today. I'm going to leave that one open for our next come together.
Okay.
But let's put it this way. Why would the robot not be friendly? I'll put that just out there. Right. Thank you so much, Jan, for that very interesting conversation. The last 30 seconds of this podcast are always the guests and your companies. So this is your camera, and you can deliver the message. You can invite people to your amazing showroom.
Yes.
The amazing new products that you're launching. Feel free.
That's actually what I love to do. Yeah. You visited our showroom. You liked it.
Loved it.
I can only invite everybody else of your viewers and listeners to do the same on Sheikh Zayed Road, Audi showroom. It's actually the second largest Audi showroom in the world. Wow. So it's quite an experience on 3 floors. We launched last year A5, Q5, the electric Q6. Those are brand new products, quite benchmarking products. We just launched the Q3, which is a really nice proposition. So please, everybody, feel free to visit, to take a test drive, get convinced that Audi is a fantastic brand to drive and to own. And for the petrol heads, probably I'd like to announce the opening of pre-orders for the RS5, which will be a true weapon.
Nice.
Can I take back weapon during these times? It's a vicious machine. It'll be a fantastic car. You may have seen the first pictures and videos of it. It's a car exciting us very much. We have limited allocation. We just opened the order books, and please, everybody who's interested, pass by and get more information about it, and probably be one of the first to drive this machine.
Right. Thank you so much, Jan. Guys, you've heard it. There is your chance to get your hands on a very rare and exciting new petrol car. Really nice. Thank you again, Jan, and great to have you.
Thanks, Bastian. Thanks a lot.